on my end.
No, it's loud.
Oh, right. We are here with Jennifer Dahl from the Wisconsin Art Education Association. This is a live broadcast from I Art My Job blog. Jen Dahl is a art teacher. She's been teaching in Black River for the past 15 years. She teaches kindergarten and 5th grade. She is also the presidente of the Wisconsin Art Education Association and just recently accepted a position on the National Art Education Board. Thank you so much for coming on today with us, Jen, to answer a couple of our questions.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Well, we are super excited to have you, mostly because you're basically famous. Everyone knows who you are in Wisconsin, and it's very exciting to see you here on my blog. So what do you think in your classroom makes your classroom so unique that people can't stop talking about it?
Well, I feel like I try to do a lot of different things. Even if some of the things don't work, I try to do many different things that the kids would be interested in, that I'm interested in. I like to have fun. I like to read a lot. So my kids are always interacting and having fun. That's what I think makes it most interesting.
So where do you get some of your ideas since you're constantly trying new things?
Pinterest. I love some other blogs like What the Art Teacher Wore, Painted Paper, Deep Space Sparkle, those kind of go-to places. But sometimes I just see something that I think the kids would like to do or read a book, and then I know that they would love to learn more about that. So that's where I get my inspirations.
So when you see something on a blog or on Pinterest that you like, you take what you see and then kind of turn it into your own, or do you just try to do exactly what you see? What does that process look like for you?
For me, I don't try to copy exactly what they did. I mean, I love their idea, but then I try to link it to some literature or link it to what we're doing in our classroom or what we're doing in our community, not just copy, because sometimes then you'll have a Pinterest fail, and that's not good.
And we've seen way too many of those on Facebook.
I know.
So what are some of your tips in your classroom for organization and classroom management that you would give to any art teacher out there?
Be consistent. I mean, keep good records of what you're up to, because it's way harder to put all those grades in a week before report cards are due. I like to do it every single time that I have kids. I give them a grade each time that I see them. It took me 13 years, but I finally figured out that if I made mailing labels with each kid's name on it, it was way easier to stick that label on a kid's piece of artwork than have a kindergartner write their name, which takes 7 minutes. So that was my newest thing that I figured out.
Awesome.
I also have kids help me a lot. They love to do whatever you want them to do. For a small little tiger token or a sticker, they'll do anything.
What would you say is your most memorable story or memorable moment as an art teacher?
Probably, she's in high school now, so I would say 6, 7 years ago, I had a student at the State Art Show in Madison, and she was born with a hand that did not have a thumb, so they moved one of her fingers to have a thumb, and her mom was always very worried about if she could cut, if she could be an artist, whatever. But she won an award at State, and her dad was a big wrestler and a Phi Ed teacher and not necessarily into art. So when I explained to him, I said, well, this is like going to wrestling for State in art. And he had tears in his eyes, and he's like, I get it now. So that was very cool.
Definitely. What would you say is your most funniest moment as an art teacher?
Well, every day is fun. I don't know about one specific one. I did have some first graders the other day tell me very concerned for me because I did get married and they only know me as Mrs. Dahl. So they said to me, Mrs. Dahl, we have to tell you about something that happened on the bus. There's these older kids and they're calling you something that isn't even your name. I said, whoa, what is it? And they're like, well, they're calling you Miss Sweeney. And we told them, no, that's Mrs. Dahl. What are you talking about? And they were like, no, I just don't understand. I said, well, thank you for telling me, but I used to be Miss Sweeney. And they were like dumbfounded, like, what are you talking about? So it was funny. That was just the other day. We have to tell you what they were calling you on the bus.
Well, at least it wasn't Miss Meanie.
Miss Weenie.
Yes.
Yeah, it was funny.
All right. For our last question, we just want to hear what you love about your job for iartmyjob.com.
I love that it's different every single day. I love that I get to do what I love each day. It's fun and it's funny most days. I love the variety, and I get to make art all day long. The kids say, I wish we could have art all day long. And I said, well, if you go to college to be an art teacher, you get to make art all day long. So that's what I love.
Definitely. Well, we would love to have you back. So maybe next time, if you would like to share some of your favorite projects you do, some of your favorite materials that aren't necessarily in NASCO catalog, that would be awesome.
Awesome. I would love to. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks so much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're still live.
Mine says stopping. I can edit it out, though. There's an editing section.